Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Mohammad Obeidat. I'm the Assistant Professor of Marketing and Consumer Behavior at AUD. I teach in the undergraduate level and on the MBA program as well. In today's class, we're going to talk about a price. A price, one of the components of the marketing mix, and it's one of the most important component. Why? Because it's the only component that's bring the bacon to the house. Remember, if you look at the other three B's, we find that the promotion, product, and place cost you money. But price, the only component that to bring money to the house. So we're going to look at the pricing strategy. We're going to look at how company use a price to get revenue and to make a profit out of this component. So just to start to talk about the price, some good aspect or some aspect I want to talk about in the price is the psychological aspect. Price usually single quality or single value for the consumer. In the absence of the information, consumer rely on what we call it the price to signal whether the product has good quality or it's low quality. Let's give you an example in that to just demonstrate that to you. Just think of yourself that you are running on the airport. Your brother called you or your sister told you, would you please grab me a headphone set from the airport? You never have any information about the headphone set and you went to the store. Basically, what you're going to rely on at that moment is the price. At that moment, you perceive if the price is high, that means the headset that you're going to buy is high quality. If the price is low, that means the product that you're going to buy or the headset that you're going to buy is going to be low quality. So that's the psychology aspect of the price. Price also signals prestige, it signals value for the consumer. So this is something that we have to take in consideration once we set the price for our consumer. Now, knowing that, we go right into the pricing strategy, and we're going to just go over four major pricing strategies that we use in business to kind of generate revenue and make sure that we set the right price. These are probably, you'll find so many common pricing strategies, but these are probably the one that many business they focus on. Going to the pricing strategy, you'll find that number one pricing strategy is building profitability. The second is boosting value. Then we have matching competition, and then we have a pricing for prestige. So the first strategy that we're going to discuss today is what we call it building profitability. Business using this strategy basically to be a profit, to build the profit, to increase their profit in the market. And usually this, once you consider this strategy, you need to look at your, what we call it the variable cost and the fixed cost. The variable cost here is basically the material, how much would cost you to build that product that you sell in the market. And then you look at the fixed cost, things that related to the electricity, the insurance, the salary of your employee. You bring all together and then you find out how much it costs you to manufacture that product and how much profit you're going to make out of the market. You can use break-even analysis, or you can use different analysis to figure out how much profit you're going to make with that specific strategy. But the problem here that consumer, they don't make the price, or they're not willing to pay the price only based on how much it costs you. Usually the consumer, they will go back to the value of the product. So over here, once we develop the product, once we figure out how much would cost us, we need to look at also the value that consumer they perceive from our product and whether it makes sense. Because many times we find many companies, they will manufacture great product with specific costs, but later on we find out that the consumer not willing to pay that price for that specific product because they don't see the value within that product. So that's number one strategy that we look at. The second strategy that we're going to discuss today, which is boosting value. Basically, from this strategy, our focus here is not to make a profit per unit. Instead, our focus will be about to increase the volume sale of the unit that we sell in the market. Usually company, they follow this approach to build a market share. If you are new to the market and you try to build a market share, you will follow this strategy to build a market share, to go over your competitor, and so on. Within this strategy, we have also different other strategies fall under it, which is number one, the penetration price strategy. Basically, penetration pricing strategy, you try to sell the product for the lowest price in the market. Your goal here, again, to increase your market share, to sell as much as possible to the consumer. Basically, you're not going to make profit based on unit. It's going to make profit based on the value that you sell to the market. Very common in the grocery store. You will find that they sell so many items in low price, but it all built up with the value that they're selling to the consumer. If you look also at the market probably right now here, you find in the airline industry, Fly Dubai, one of the companies that compete on what we call the penetration price. Their price is the lowest in the market, and that gives them kind of competitive advantage over other company, because other company that already exist in the market, such airline, Emirates Airline or Etihad Airline, they're not interested in go compete with Fly Dubai on that specific niche market. So they kind of operate on an island by themselves, and they enjoy that sale for the consumer who looking for low price. So that gives you kind of also obstacle for other company to come in and join, because most of the company, when they see that the market share or the profit that you are making is kind of low in the market, they will not be interested to come and join you in the market. Now, the other strategy we have under the boosting volume is what we call the everyday low price. This strategy was pioneered by Walmart. Walmart, one of the company that they have sale almost every day. First, when they start to selling product by discount, and they find out that the consumer, they try to avoid certain day and going certain day when they have the discount. Then they said, no, we're gonna stop that. What we're going to do, we're gonna offer product with low price for all the consumer on every day. So the consumer, they are welcome to come any day and to enjoy that discount. And that's what we call it, the everyday low price discount. Other strategy which is very interesting here, what we call it the high-low price. The high-low price, basically, the company here, they will have a discount on specific item on the store. And the main goal from that discount is to bring the customer to the store, so they will spend time and they will spend money, they will give it the chance to see other item. It's a great strategy, but the problem with that strategy is that once you have a discount on different day, on different item, consumers tend to follow that and to figure out in which day you have that sale, and they will start to come only on that specific day. Macy, one of the company that they follow this strategy where they have discount, for example, on certain brand on certain day, and then the consumer, they start to follow that. So it's consumer holding back, not purchase that item on every day, and they wait until, okay, I don't need it to purchase it today for the full price. I will wait till the 16th because Macy, they will have discount on that day. It's a good strategy, but again, you have to be very careful in terms of setting that strategy, because the consumer eventually will figure out what day you will have that sale. Now, the last strategy we have on boosting volume is what we call it loss leader pricing strategy. On the loss leader pricing strategy, here you offer the item or the product for the consumer less than what's cost you. I know this sounds strange, but that's how the company uses it. Think of Apple when first introduced the tablet, or Amazon when first they introduced their tablet. It cost Amazon to introduce that tablet about $200, and they offer it for $195 first. Why they're losing money, $5 there? Because they figured it out there that we can make money of the consumer not only by purchasing that item, but consumer, the money that we make, the profit from the additional item that the consumer they're going to purchase, such as the consumer who purchased the Amazon tablet, they will purchase the app, the movie, the music, they will purchase also other item related to that specific tablet. So therefore, they're making their money up. Video game also very popular in that, where usually Sony, PlayStation, they will sell you the also for very reasonable price, and then you have to buy the game for kind of high price. That's what we call it, the loss leader strategy. One more common also strategy company use that, HP. HP use that with a printer. At home, I have almost 5 printer. Why is that? Because it costs you less to buy a printer than going and to buy the cartridge ink later on. So what they do, the company, HP, they have this strategy. They sell you the printer for $25, and later on you go buy the cartridge for the ink, and it will cost you about $50. So that's kind of also part of what we call it, the lost price strategy. So we're done with the boosting volume, and the third strategy that I want to talk about today is what we call it, the match competition or matching competition. This is very simple strategy, and basically you match whatever price that your competitor are charging the customer. Now, some companies use this strategy to kind of look as same quality as the competitor, so you will charge as the same as your competitor to tell the consumer that I have the same quality as my competitor. You see that probably between Samsung and Apple, usually the price usually range almost the same. Sometimes company you would use as the competitor price as a base where you will charge a little bit higher, so you tell the customer I have better quality product, or you would charge a little bit less with better quality, so you tell the customer I'm giving you a good quality product, but same time it's kind of less priced than what my competitor is charging you. So that's how we use it. But you need to be very careful with the what we call it the matching price competition here, because sometimes if you go after a company that big or that really leader in the market, you could probably go over or open to yourself a can of worm. Just think of yourself, you are retail store and you go after price of Walmart. It's hard for you to compete against Walmart. So always try to look at the competitor and try to make it reasonable. I mean, sometimes you can use the market leader as to set base for your price, and from there you move on. But the last thing you wanted to do is to go with a price war with your competitor in the specific market. And the last strategy I want to talk about today is what we call it the pricing for prestige. Now, companies use this strategy to tell the consumer that we have the best product, the highest quality product, and also to signal prestige brand about their product as well. Now, companies sometimes use this strategy at the beginning phase of introducing the product, such Apple. Once they introduce Apple, at the beginning they charge premium price for Apple. Why? Because they try to cover the research development part of the production. Now, once you charge this strategy, you may need to make sure that your product is high quality, because if you are charging a premium price and the consumer find out that the product is low quality, most likely they're not going to purchase that product. They're not going to recommend it to their friend. So consumer can easily figure out, especially with the online environment right now, to figure out whether the product is low or high quality. Number two, you want to make sure that it's not substitute easily. That means Apple, when they came to the market back in 2007, they know that there is nobody have as same as their product, and that's why they charge premium price for that. It wasn't easy to substitute their product. But once Samsung joined on and they start to introduce kind of similar phone to the consumer, smart and easy to use, kind of they start to lowering their price. Then you want to make sure that no competition exists in the early phase. So at the beginning of introducing your product, charging premium price, you want to make sure that, because that's very critical, that's when the consumer, they switch to the other competitor. So you want to make sure that you are the only one in the market who producing a product with a high quality with a premium prestige as well. So these are the 4 components. Again, I'm just going to walk you through them really quickly. Again, number 1, building profitability, boosting value, matching competition, and pricing for prestige. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you again for watching.